Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So we are going to ask the lead team collective questions that you guys had regarding crystals and Gaia. Those are the two topics we're going to be talking about today, okay? Because you had enough questions around those two topics. And I'm excited about this because every month, you guys know when we do. So if you're new here, welcome. I hope you subscribe and stick around. It's an amazing community, and we're just exploring a bunch of things on how life on earth works, basically, as spiritual beings. So lots of spiritual growth happening in this community, in my opinion. At least for me, there is. So I hope that's the same for everybody else. So just discovering a lot of new things. At the beginning of every month, I ask the lead team, which is made up of all of our higher selves and our spirit teams, all of ours, everybody here. It's a long story, but I'm not going to go into that. I've done separate videos on that. So I ask at the beginning of the month for a self-care message that they give us using oracles. I got a bunch of oracle decks up there, and this whole cabinet is full of oracle decks. And thanks to many of you who have sent so many of them, and our fairy godmother, Melinda. She's always sending me stuff. It's so sweet. Not that you have to anymore, Melinda. It's okay. It's just so sweet. But it really helps. I mean, obviously I have a whole cabinet full and we have lots of options. But I do a self-care video every month. I'll post the last one here. And they give us an oracle message. They give us a card on a different ascended master or some divine being that we could tap into that month. They also give us a crystal, and I'm going to show you the one that I got for this month, July 2026. It took me a little while to go get it. I like asking for the crystal recommendation. It's kind of fun. And so that I wanted to show you my crystal real quick before we get into the questions. So what I was thinking for the 30-day challenge that is free for everybody in the community, you don't even have to be signed up to the newsletter. You don't have to get one of our journals. We're starting the 30-day challenge on August 1st, 2023. So it's coming up. Now, I'm not going to be mentioning it every day. I'll mention it a few times in the videos, especially as I'm doing it and what comes up. But if you want some prompts, then you would want to sign up for the newsletter down below. It's in the description below. So I was thinking we should ask the lead team for a crystal, for some crystal recommendations to use during the 30-day challenge. Do you guys like that idea? I thought that would be fun. Any excuse I have to go buy something for a crystal. At this point I do have a lot of stuff, but I did go this month the stone is black obsidian. That's the one they recommended. Okay, so I went to a store, and hello, Lisa. I am so sorry, I forgot to mention. I have a note right here. Say hi to Lisa on Monday. And this is not going out until the following weekend because I didn't look at my note. That's why. So I was at the crystal shop and I met somebody from the community. That's my fourth time that I've run into somebody who is like, do I know you from somewhere? So now I go, yeah, probably. You probably do. And I said YouTube. Because now it's unusual because I don't work outside of the house, like for somebody to say that. So I pretty much know it's probably from YouTube. But anyways, hi, Lisa. So sorry I forgot to mention earlier. Anyway, so we had a nice little chat. It was nice to meet you. That was fun. I was chatting with her and I said, I'm here to get black obsidian because it was what the lead team had recommended. And then the gentleman in the store was like, I've got a really cool one for you. So he directed me over there. Actually, they only had little black obsidian stones. I was looking for something, just something a little bit more fancy. But he gave me what's called Stardust Obsidian. So it does have black in it. It's black. But all the little specks in there is volcanic ash. So how cool is that? He said that it's very, and look at that little kind of glittery. He said it's very popular right now. And actually going for, I paid $23 for it. It's pretty, really smooth and got a nice little spike at the end. The store I buy it from, they're so good. They have really good quality stuff. So anyways, he said it was quite popular. People are spending more money like on Etsy because, you know, you can't walk into a store all the time and find it. And this was their last piece. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy that. So that's kind of cool. It's very pretty. I love that. But the Stardust Obsidian is for the root chakra. Sorry, Spirit Circle, I already gave you all this information earlier. Grounding, protection, energy shield, clears negativity, universal guidance. So this would be a good one for the 30-day challenge, I would think. Universal guidance. Intuition, another really good one for the 30-day. Wonder, releases resentment, tempers anger, cuts through illusions. I think we need a lot of that right now. Metabolic detox, I think we could all use a lot of that. Combats fatigue and eases pain. That's the energy that it works on. I'm a little interested in how do they come up with these things. I don't know. Is this all a gimmick like the little cards? It probably is, but I don't know. I mean, I know they have energy. I'm not discounting that. But how do they know specifically? Did somebody test this in a lab that knows that it tempers anger? How do they know that? Does anyone know? How do they know that? Put it in the comments if you know how they know that these things are actually true. I'm cutting through the illusion. Holding this, it's making me question. Just because nowadays I think it's healthy to question everything. Just question everything you ever thought. The question doesn't mean that I'm right by questioning it. I think it's healthy to question things. So, what crystal would you guys use for the 30-day challenge? And the 30-day challenge is specifically, in case you don't know, it's specifically spending 30 days. You'd write a letter. Again, if you sign up for the email, the newsletter, you're going to get a list of instructions. I'll probably do a separate video on just the 30-day and I'll talk about the instructions too. Okay. But in case you missed that and you want to get the instructions on email, then you'll get them there. But basically you'll journal for 1 or 2 pages, like stream of consciousness journaling. See what comes out in your journaling, and then write something to your spirit team about whatever comes out in your journaling that day, like what's important to you. It's a request, but the way I have the journal set up, if you bought one of ours on Amazon, which you don't have to, just use your regular journal. But if you bought one of ours, then it would give you, like, you would check off what the purpose of the letter is for that day. Then what I do is I take a big bowl. I have a big thing of crystals. And when I do the video for the 30-day challenge, I will show you my bowl. And what I do is I will go like this in my little bin of crystals and just trust to pull out whatever ones I need that day. And I will place it on that letter to my spirit, the letter that I write that day. And then the next day I'll do it again. It's a fun way to use your little tumble stoned, just to use them and have fun with them, for, the month. So I hope you join us. Okay. Cause I can't wait to hear your stories. The last couple of challenges kind of overwhelmed us a little bit with other stuff and we had too many things going on, but we're going to figure out a way to do better touch points with you this time. Because I can't wait to hear the stories that you guys, what kind of things come out. So, all right. Well, that was a long intro, but we were talking about crystals. So there you have it. All right. So you guys had, there's 22 questions about crystals and Gaia. All right. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness. Sorry, I'm moving you back. the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, and the lead team collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, lead team. This is the third time I'm talking to them today. They're like, you again. Oh, they love it. What else do you guys have to do, right? You're partnering with us, helping make Earth a pretty cool place, right? So thank you for doing that with us. We really appreciate it. All right, we've got questions here for you from the community regarding crystals and Gaia, Mother Earth. Do you have answers? You got answers for us? Yes? Okay, they've got answers. All right. Okay, question number 1. Do crystals have a consciousness? Yes. Okay, that's really helpful because I did hear somebody say everything here has a consciousness, like everything. Like my table, because the wood has energy. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. I know you guys are probably sick of my little side stories. Each time I ask one question and then I'm off to a little story. But when you're little and you have your stuffed animals, and like, at least this happened to me, like I had empathy for all my stuffed animals, and I would be like, well, don't throw them, like as if they had a consciousness, as if there was like, I probably just intuitively knew there was energy. So if I treated the energy of the animal, the stuffed animal, with care, isn't that interesting? Okay, so do kids' stuffed animals have a consciousness? No. Okay, so it's different, but they have energy, right? So it's not really that everything has a consciousness. Like that table doesn't have a consciousness, but the table has energy, correct? Well, actually, the table is the energy. Yes. So I've also heard people say that table only exists in my imagination because I've created it. Yeah, I can't even go there right now because I haven't quite gotten my head wrapped around that yet. Yes. Okay. They're like, yeah, don't go there now. Okay. Is crystal consciousness a real thing? So we're just double checking that. Yes. Do crystals feel pain during the mining process? No. Wow, good question. If they did, I'd feel awful buying them. No. Okay. Do crystals feel sadness during the mining process? No. Are crystals on Earth for the reason that they're being used? Ah, yes, which is why they don't mind the mining, they don't have pain or sadness. Yes. Aha. Wow, very cool. Has the knowledge of what crystals can do what they can do come to us through past lives? This just answers what I just said before. Yes. So it's been passed down and probably channeled. Oh, okay, lead team. So, I was reading that card before and I was like, how do they know? Did they test it with science? Has this been tested with science? Yes. All crystals that I would go into the store and purchase have been tested for, yes, but have they been tested for all the things that this card in front of me says that Stardust Obsidian would work for? No. But has it been channeled has the benefits of each of these crystals been channeled from another dimension or another realm? Yes. So is there okay, I'm looking at this card, you guys. This is the one I read off to you. Okay, so sometimes if you go to a crystal store, you can pick up these cards that have to do with the stone. Okay, so is that every single thing written on that card accurate about Stardust Obsidian? No. Okay, well, that's good to know. See, just using your discernment then. They're saying, yes, use your discernment. Okay, is anything written on that card about Stardust Obsidian true? No. What the hell? What the hell? Let me go get my... Let me go get my mug. That doesn't mean I'm going to I mean, obviously, well, you know, obviously that store, but that's weird. Like if I looked up, wouldn't that be the standard Stardust Obsidian guidance? Yes. Well, then I don't get it. Well, then I don't get it. You guys are going to have to ask clarifying questions. So I'm missing something here. They're like, yes, you are missing something. Okay, I don't get it, you guys. Sorry. Sometimes the questions fail me. It just happens. Let's see. Yeah, so if you guys can figure out how I schmucked up those questions, let me know. Okay, has the knowledge of what crystals, okay, we did that, has come to us through past lives? Yes. Has the knowledge of what crystals can do come to us through cosmic knowledge or collective knowledge? Yes. Well, then what the heck is wrong with the Stardust Obsidian knowledge about that one? Maybe, is that a legit stone? Stardust Obsidian? Yes. Is the black obsidian part of it legit? Yes. But is the rest of it, because it was mixed, and somebody just renamed it Stardust Obsidian because it was mixed with volcanic ash, is that what hasn't been channeled? Ah, yes. Okay. So the black obsidian parts would be accurate if I looked up black obsidian? Yes. Okay. And that information's been channeled or from ancestors, from past lives. Yes, and maybe passed down from ancestors. Yes. If a crystal breaks, is that an indication that it has completed its mission with us? Wow, yes. And if you lose one. Yes, I am wearing moldavite. Part of this is moldavite, and actually, first little one is moldavite, the second one is lava, and the third one is diamond. There's supposed to be a connection, like a helpful connection between the three, rather than just like getting walloped with moldavite. But I did have one little piece of moldavite. I had it for like 3 weeks. I spent quite a bit of money on that thing too, and gone. I can't find it. I can't find it. People were, at the time I was talking about it, people were like, yeah, it's in your couch cushion. Like they were getting intuitive hits that it was in the couch cushions and stuff, but I never found it. Could still be in there. I don't know. I just haven't found it. Could be that right here. Whoops. That one right there is, you can store blankets. The ottoman you can store blankets in. And so, and it's dark in there. Maybe it's in there. I don't know. We fished around. We tried to find it, but when somebody told me it was probably in the couch or that it was in the couch, I thought, okay, never found it. Should broken crystals be returned to Gaia? Wow. Yes. Yes. Does Gaia or Mother Earth regenerate or restock crystals and minerals to support the needs of current Earth residents and visitors? Oh, I love how that's asked. Yes. Remember, we are current visitors. We are visiting. We do not own this place. We are visiting. Yes. Does appreciating Gaia, Mother Earth, and crystals raise our vibration? Yes. You guys ask amazing questions. Let's see. Is it as simple as saying thank you as we look at or focus on Gaia, nature, and crystals? Yes. And just saying thank you to your guides too. So do we need to express our gratitude in more than just thank you? No, and I'm guessing that we could just say thank you with our vibration as well. Just being in awe or just sitting in like, yes. I mean, we have a tree. We've been living in this condo for 21, 22 years. And so I have a tree. We have trees all around us. And they have been here this whole time. So I kind of feel attached to them. So, and I'm not attached, but we've grown up together. I was like 31 when I moved here. I'm 57. So we have grown up together, and I have great appreciation for them being here with me, and I think they know it. Every once in a while, my husband's like, we need to cut that tree down. I'm like, are you kidding me? No. But, if something happens and wind takes it down or whatever, then it's meant to, it's time to go. But anyways, but I think they know. They know. So just, yeah, that's a great question. So we can just vibrate our thank you to them. Just, they know. They know. Yes. Very cool. Is the size of the crystal specimen we acquire important? Yes and no. I guess they would need to know, depends on, well, if we are really trying, if we know for sure that a crystal would help ease pain, does the size matter? Yes. Could it be too much though? I guess it just depends on our own vibration and nervous systems. Yes. So we would want to test them out, which is not probably easy to do. Yes. Okay. So start small, see if it works, My problem is I end up with so many that I just, I don't know what stands for what, and that's why during the 30-day challenge, I just reach in and I'm like, I'm just going to trust that I'm going to grab the right ones. That's just easier for me, not to put pressure on me to figure out, because once I put them in that bucket, in my little bucket, I'd have no idea even what stone it is. Most of them. I mean, some of them I know if they're popular ones, but okay. Does size matter for any crystal specimen? Again, they're probably going to say yes and no. It's kind of the same thing. Depends on what you want to use it for. Do we receive the same amount of protection from a crystal chip, a rock, and a boulder for the same crystal? No. No. Is that because of the amount of energy that is giving off? Yes. Okay. Does the number of crystals matter? Yes and no. I guess if you're doing a crystal grid, which I am fascinated by, so fascinated. I just had this glimpse of, because I always tease that we're going to be thinking about going off YouTube for the spirit circle. Because if we did that, we could do so many different things. It would be easier because the way the program is set up, it would just be easier to program things in there. But like I just had this vision of somebody coming in and teaching us, like we could do it together, like create crystal grids together. I mean, how fun would that be? It would be hard to do it on YouTube though, I think. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But I just keep, if anyone knows how to do crystal grids and you want to come into the spirit circle at some point, let me know. Okay? I think that's what I'm going to start doing, is just inviting people to come in. Like if it'll help people, it would be like a volunteer thing because we don't want to deal with payment and all that kind of stuff, but it would be like you would put yourself in front of people, and if you have a business, that would be helpful. But I would love to do that, like bring things to the spirit circle that way, so I keep asking. Hopefully, Marcia, you've been keeping people's names in a folder for when we're ready to do that. So let's see, but I think crystal grids would be fun to do together. I'd enjoy that. Yeah, I'd really enjoy it if I could be a part of the group and be with you with a different teacher and just be a part of the group, that would be really fun. Okay, Then I'd get to know you guys on a different level. I wouldn't have the pressure of being the facilitator. Let's see. Do we receive the same amount of protection? Okay, we did that one. Does the amount of protection increase by 10% if we're using the difference between a chip, a rock, and a boulder? Yes. Is it more than 50%? Yes. Wow. Yeah, chip is pretty small. Or more. Is it more than 50% when you go from a chip, a rock, and a boulder? I guess it depends on the size. Yes, more than 50%. Wow. This one actually says, does the amount of protection increase when using a crystal versus not using one? I actually read that question wrong, but I'm glad to have done both. Oh, wow. Okay, so protection does increase when we use a crystal. I don't even know if protection is the right way, but whatever we're looking to do. Yes. Wow. Very cool. Is it enough? Like, do I have to have it sitting in front of me right now if I want that energy? No. Is it enough to have them in your house? Yes. Are placement of crystals in your house helpful depending on what you're working with? Yes, and I've done a little bit of grid work. You can do grid work with crystals. You can use your house as a grid too. Okay, anybody want to come into the spirit circle and do grids with us? That would be so much fun. Okay, if we use the wrong crystal but believe it has a certain power, will it still perform that particular power for us? Yes. I thought they were going to say yes and no, but now they're swinging yes. Okay, so belief is actually more important than yes. So the crystal has that much, power is not the right word, but that much fluidity that it can adjust to what our needs are. Wow, very cool. Mother Earth is amazing. Yep, very cool. Do crystals need to be charged? Yes and no. I guess it depends on the crystal. I always do it. Is it advisable that crystals be charged? Just generally do that. And by charged, what I feel of what charged is, you guys can have the conversation in the comments, because I don't know enough about crystals. But what I do is clear them in case there's, yes. And by charged, are we talking like putting it on the windowsill and just getting some good energy into it? Yes. And is that type of thing helpful? Yes. Does it clear away? Because if you buy it in a shop where a bunch of people are walking around and their energy and, who knows what's going on in the shop in terms of like conversations people are having. Can you imagine all the energy that picks up on those stones from all the people walking in and out of it, plus the mining and the processing and the travel time it had? That's the same thing I feel with oracle cards too. I clear those, and just because there's just so much, and if we're all energy, so everybody's picking up that. If we pick up that energy, they're picking up that energy. So very cool. Now the other thing I do is we'll rinse it. This because somebody told me to do this. Is I would rinse it under cold water. Just be careful which stones. Not all stones. If it's tumbled, I think it's fine. But if you take a stone that is raw, I think you have to be very careful. The only one I think is, in terms of tumbled or smooth, would be to not put underwater, is what's that white one that's, I have a bunch of bowls, and that can clear all your crystals. In fact, I have a bunch of crystals in back here, right up there on that cabinet, in one of those bowls. It's white. What is that called, you guys? I can't remember. Yeah, that you don't, okay, whatever. Put it in the comments. That I'm so classy here. Most people would put a little thing up here to edit what it is, and I'm not going to do that because that'll take me like an hour. I'll be doing way less videos if I have to do that. It's on the tip of my tongue, but anyways, it's nice to keep your crystals in there because it can keep them cleaned, cleared, energized. That's what I understand. If you have crystal bracelets with tumbled little, rocks, stones, keep them in one of those little bowls because that can keep them cleared for you just automatically. That's my understanding, but somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Is water, sunlight, moonlight, earth, or selenite? It's selenite. It's selenite. The best charging method. Okay, somebody wants me to double check this. Is water, again, depending on the type of stone, is any one of these a better charging method than the other? No. Okay. So water works for charging, clearing and charging. Yes. Sunlight. Yes. Moonlight. Earth. I'm not sure what that means. Just putting it outside, maybe? That would be amazing. I should just stick mine outside for a little bit. Yes. Or selenite. Is selenite a good? Yes. That's the bowl I was talking about. Somebody has sent me a bowl. Another person sent me a nice little slab of selenite. So that was very nice. Okay. If you do not charge your crystals, will it still have energy and provide quote unquote protection or whatever you want it to use? Yes. Yes. Might it have other energies though that might not be useful for us? Yes. Well, do crystals pick up negative energies through what I was just saying, the transport, or people who are handling them, they'll pick up their energy? Yes. Okay. And so that's really what we're clearing. Yes. Is the size of the crystal important? I think we've already talked about that. Yes. And again, it just depends on how much, I think that's the last question. How much you want, to get done with it, I guess. So, all right, you guys, very interesting. I love doing this. I just learned so much. All right. I will see you in the next video, but we will definitely do, along with August 1st, we'll do the self-care video, get the crystal for August. Usually do that on the 1st of the month. This month I was a little late. I was July 5th. And I thought it was adorable. I saw a comment and said, hey, did we get a crystal for the month? So that was so cool. I'm glad one other person is appreciating it because I'm getting the crystal for me and I'm glad to get it for you as well. And so we'll get one for the 30-day challenge as well and see if they have a different one, or maybe the one they give us for August will just be the one for the 30-day challenge. So, all right. If you have any other questions, let me know. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.